Pesach is the most popular Jewish holiday. We can see it even here in our community by the amount of matzah is waiting here, and people come in and collect it more than a week before the holiday. Almost every Jewish family is sitting around the table and celebrating Pesach, Leil Seder, but sometimes we miss the point. In this video I will try to give some ideas and some information about Pesach, about Haggadah, about the meaning of this evening to make it meaningful and to help you to not miss the point. I spoke about popularity. Pesach, it's a very popular holiday. Not only Pesach, the Haggadah itself, this is the Jewish book with the most additions. Every generation, every rabbi wants to publish his own ideas about Haggadah, and also many artists want to say, this is my perspective, this is how I understand this text, this story. So this is the book with the most addition in the world. Also many languages, of course. This is a great book, but because this is a bit heavy, most of us use it without understand really what is it. I think in Pesach we have three main challenges, and I will try in a few minutes to help ourselves to deal with those challenges. The first challenge is a bit technical, how to prepare ourselves for Pesach. Many preparation, kind of long list, a checklist, but if we take a look, it's not so difficult. Of course, like every holiday, we have festive meal. This is the basic, the default for every holiday, but we have few more additional things special for Pesach. Of course, we're speaking about matzah, the second name for Pesach, Chag HaMatzot. Matzah instead of challah, instead of bread, for 1 week, especially for Leil Seder, we eat in matzah. This is kind of easy. You just need to come to the kosher Jewish community and buy a box of matzah. This is kind of easy today. In the past, people need to bake it by themselves. That was a bit more challenging, but this is one thing. Okay, matzah. Second thing, it's wine or grape juice for all the people who are participating in the Seder. Not just 1 cup as every Shabbat or holiday for Kiddush. In Pesach, we have additional wine, so we drink 4 times cup of wine or grape juice if you like it. The second thing to prepare, beside the meal and matzah, we have Seder plate. I think it's quite known. Seder plate with few elements on it. Some families making all elements for all participants, but some just do 1 Seder plate for the whole table, and some families even not eating all those elements, just using, as we will explain later, we use it as methodological helpers, something that we see, something we taste, and it's something make us awake and curious. Seder plate. And Haggadah, also it's very, very recommended, highly recommended to have Haggadah with you around the Seder. We have plenty kind of Haggadah in many different languages, different edition. Haggadah for children, Haggadah with traditional commentary, Haggadah with illustration, Haggadah with some activities and ideas to speak about. Find your own Haggadah, what you feel comfortable. My recommendation, to find it before and start to prepare yourself, even today, to prepare yourself before the Seder, that you know better what to do. So the first challenge is a bit more technical, is shopping list, is cooking, set up the table, but this is quite easy and you can find a lot of information in many different places. Second challenge is to understand better what is it, the Haggadah, what we are doing during the Seder. We have this list in almost every Haggadah in the beginning, 15 steps. And it sounds like, wow, it's so intense. But actually, if we take a look, few minutes just to understand those steps, it's not so complicated how it look like. The Haggadah, as we know it today, look like that from the medieval ages, plus minus from the Talmud time, but it's kind of collection of many different traditions from different period in our history. Some of them are very, very basic, very ancient, from the very beginning. Actually, before the people of Israel left Egypt, they already get the instruction how to celebrate Pesach. And there it was, eat matzah, eat maror, tell the story to your children. This is very basic. This is already three elements we have in our Haggadah. Later on, added a few more steps like the 4 cups of wine, like specific text for the Haggadah, for telling the story, like blessing before and after things we eat. And later on, few more additions like saying Hallel, songs, special songs for the Seder. And this is how we got all those 15 steps together. Some of the steps are quite easy. Wash hands, 1 minute. Or if everyone do it, it might be 3 minutes. Saying the blessing, 20 seconds. Okay? Eating matzah, eating maror, 1 more minute for each. And eating matzah and maror together, all together it's few minutes. But, indeed, some of the steps are quite serious. The festive meal, Shulchan Orech, might be, it's up to you. It can be half an hour, can be more. And the main step, the most important step in the Seder, step number 5, Magid. This is the heart of the Haggadah. So when we open the Haggadah, randomly, probably you will be somewhere on the Magid, because some steps before it's very short, some steps later also shorter. The Magid, this is the heart of the Haggadah. And also the Magid, it's not one complete text. This is also collection of different texts from different period about the story of Exodus. Some of this text, it's not the story itself, it's methodological addition or notes about telling the story. Like we have the story how in the past people celebrate Pesach. We have the story about make this story relevant, and so on and so on. So in Haggadah shel Pesach, highly recommended. Open it before the Seder itself and understand with yourself, especially if you are a parent or a leader of the Seder, to understand what step we have, how we're going to do it, and which steps we want to be more focused. And the last challenge, and for me this is the most important of this video, the challenge for us as parents, for us as adult people who want to make Pesach meaningful, not just checklist. Okay, I ate, I have egg, I have kartoshke, I have wine. Check, check, check. I did Pesach. If we're doing like that, it's very traditional. I did everything by the book, but I might miss the point of this evening. And I think all other part of the evening leading us to this point. And the point is open, real conversation between generations. Parents to children, grandparents to grandchildren. And if there is no children in the table, between us and even someone sitting by himself, really thinking and talking about Exodus. It's not just telling the story, it's about real conversation. When I said real conversation, that means we have someone who speaks and someone who listens. And this is why half of the Haggadah is open and wake up the curiosity of the listener, of the people, the audience. Who are the audience? Ourselves, our children. And this is big challenge. Some of them, I know already the story. Easy, we eat in matzah because, we eat in maror because. So it's like, you're not telling me anything new. So this is the very basic level, just to say the story. But if we want to really celebrate Pesach, we need to think and to do something to make this story something real, something important for ourselves and for the people we speak with. This is why the Seder, the Haggadah, the Magid part, start with question. The most popular song, Ma nishtana halayla hazeh. We starting with question. Even everyone it's not first time, everyone know already the answers. We still starting with question to wake up our curiosity, to get the attention from the people. And of course, you can find a few more examples for the same issue. We want to do something that the issue will be on the table. In some families, the story is just the beginning of the conversation. Okay, your child is educated enough, he knows the story. Okay, let's make it more advanced. Ask him how it's relevant to his life today. How, like, always you can ask question a bit more detailed and more like some problems in the story. How you feel, how the people of Israel felt when they left Egypt, when they saw this broken land. Everything was broken, was destroyed. Did they were happy? They wasn't. Did they say Hallel? They wasn't. How we feel about our enemies? Do we have enemy today in your life, in our life? What we can do? Speaking about miracles. Okay, the many miracles in the Haggadah. What the meaning of miracles in our life today? It's something belong to the past, it's kind of myth, or it's something we can see in our reality today, something, it's our decision to see something as miracle, not just coincidence. And of course, for families, when the children not know yet the story, this is great opportunity. You're not just eating potato like you eat every day in kindergarten. Today, this potato have meaning. What meaning? Potato have meaning? Yes. This is part of the Jewish tradition to say we're not just eating, because the Seder easily can be the celebration of freedom. So how we celebrate freedom? We sit in our home and eating whatever we want, drinking whatever we want, getting drunk. This is freedom. No. The Jewish tradition said you celebrate your freedom by do something active. And the Seder, it's very, very active evening. A lot of preparation before, and during the Seder, we try to make everyone involved. You can ask every person to read part of the story. You can ask them to reflect, to have comments, to do some competition. They asking question and you give the answer, or they ask each other. So many different educational ideas how to make this Seder live. This like the best when we have curiosity that came from our children. When they asking something, and I heard even about some rabbis, instead to follow the exact tradition how we have in the Haggadah, exactly the same steps, they changing the order of the steps. Even it's like not by the tradition, but it's by the internal, like the real meaning of the tradition. When they do something different, then the children asking, no, Father, you should do it later. Said, but why? And then the conversation start. So, if we need to summarize the whole idea about Seder, Seder is sitting together and make ourselves talking seriously about the ideas of Pesach, about freedom, about the beginning of our history, about peoplehood, about bad and good in our life. Half of the things we eat in the Seder are not sweet. We have bitter. We have kind of spicy. Even the charoset, it's something sweet. The texture look like cement. It should remind us something bad. So it's all mixed together, bad and good, history and reality, tradition and innovation. In the end, that the idea of Pesach, to make our gathering, our common celebration, our common table, we're using the food to open conversation in different ways, and in traditional way, one of it. And I wish all of us Chag Kasher v'Sameach, Happy Pesach. I will be very happy to get your comments. Here you can write your comments, anything you want. A picture from your Pesach table, ideas you are going to do with your children, something interesting you want to speak, or even the very basic question, what is freedom for you today? Chag Sameach.